So my topic is
how the Wii U is a bad system.
Oh my god!
Okay, I'm sorry. The serious look on your face kind of scared. I'm like, shit, I pissed him off.
I've been working on that. Did it work? Did it work?
It worked.
It's working.
I'm like, all right, I'm sorry.
Oops, sorry.
So my topic, because someone's always disappointed in something, is disappointments in games.
Not me.
Disappointments? Okay.
Disappointed in the Wii U.
Oh god, I'm disappointed.
Games, not
Just
game
games.
systems.
Okay.
It's right.
the Nintendo hater.
Which bullshit because you love the freaking D.
No,
the
3DS.
Nintendo
yeah, I couldn't even say it. I was like the DDD.
I would
The DDD, the 3D.
I would argue the reason I'd argue the reason why I had such a great childhood is because of Nintendo experiences. So I'm as passionate about Nintendo as you are, but I'm sorry I have to call them out on their shit when they're wrong. So
I'm not saying they weren't wrong with.
no, you guys.
I like the Wii. I still like the Wii U.
Yeah.
I just like the Wii U.
So I'm going to kick this off because I've mentioned it before when we talked about horror games. And I probably mentioned it another time because I just need to just have a rant about this for a second.
Okay.
Charles knows where this is going.
Yeah.
Do you know where this is going?
I have a feeling, but I think I'm wrong, actually.
What are you thinking?
I don't want to say it.
No, go ahead.
Last time I was completely off. I was like
horror. We're talking about horror.
It's just
and you're not talking about the
disappointing
game that you
games.
picked up and you were just.
No, fuck that game. That's bad.
You should also mention that one too.
That wasn't disappointing. That was just I took a chance and it didn't work.
You're not talking about the Evil Within, are you?
No. I'm
Okay.
talking, of course, about Dead Space 3.
Oh, I knew that! Wow. Why didn't I think of that? Because you talk about that so much and how disappointed you are. Why didn't I think of that?
Dead Space or No Man's Sky, but I think you like No Man's Sky.
I do like
No,
No Man's
he does
Sky.
like No Man's Sky.
I haven't played it in a little bit just because I've been busy. I picked up Overwatch a couple times. I played Grand Theft Auto a couple times. Just dicking around online. That's it.
Dang, why didn't I see that coming?
But it was just 2013 had some a couple of the best games to come out last generation and two of the most disappointing games to come out last generation.
What else besides Dead Space?
It wasn't as disappointing, but it wasn't what it should have been.
Disappointment.
Was Arkham Origins.
I didn't play it.
But Dead Space 3.
He let this rant happen because it's been building up for him, just so y'all know.
That game, while not a bad game, it played very well, was not fucking Dead Space. Shit.
I guess you have to upgrade now.
Yeah.
It still works. So here's the reason why this game is disappointing to me. And Brandon did not agree with me on this. But the game did not scare me at all. And it absolutely should have. Yeah. Because 1 and 2 were terrifying games. Mm-hmm. Still very unsettling. I don't get the jump scares anymore because I know.
Right.
But 3, you're on a planet in constant whiteout conditions. You can't see what's in front of you. How am I not afraid when I can't see what's in front of me?
Maybe it's because that they're trying to do the aspect of you don't know what's coming. Well, I can't even. It's just
so a couple other things with this. Number 2. They got rid of something that was always a very tense sequence in the first 2 games, and that's crawling through the air ducts. There wasn't a single air duct sequence in the entire game. I'm sorry, but even if I'm not afraid of not being able to see what's in front of me, I'm tense in claustrophobic situations like that, where you're fucked if something comes up in front of you.
Oh, God. I hate those.
And then 3, the story was abysmal.
Okay.
Damn.
Because the story was abysmal for single player. Because it made no fucking sense.
There's a multiplayer on Dead Space 3?
There was co-op. And co-op had a good story if you were player 2.
Okay.
Because there's 2 characters. There's Isaac Clarke who you play in every game who needs to die for Dead Space 4 to work. If they make it, my opinion. And then there's, I just remember Carver. I can't remember his first name. Mm-hmm. His story is new, and you find out why he's with Isaac on his planet, and it's really, really good. Mm-hmm. But why do I have to play co-op and be second player to get the good story out of a game? that's my rant. There's way more to it, but I'm not going to dominate this topic with me being pissed at Dead Space 3.
I'm interested.
I'm about to go get that sick bastard so he can be like, we can have a debate.
Brandon, come here.
Listen.
But yeah, it was very upsetting to me because it wasn't what it should have been. Kind of like how Arkham Origins was for me too. Not nearly on that level because I still really liked Arkham Origins, but after playing Arkham City and Arkham Asylum, and then you get this where it's not made by Rocksteady, so I can't fault Rocksteady on this, but it was not polished. Like,
really? Okay.
I mean,
was that the main issue with the game?
Yeah,
it was kind of one of them where you're fast traveling and like you got frame rate drops in the fast travel animation and there's just stutters and shit all around. I mean, the voice acting was good for replacement actors because they're trying to play Batman and Joker as younger than they are, so they have to sound the same but not be the same.
Right.
And the same thing, like it was missing something. And I think that's what the letdown was, because you have, the best comic book game ever made with Arkham City. And then you follow it up with, it's not bad. I like it.
Yeah.
But, I'm not going to go back and replay it. You know, it just wasn't what it should have been. I think that was kind of why it was a little disappointing to me. Yeah. I'm curious to see if anyone else has a rant as bad as mine about, because I'm sure you, with your love and now hate relationship with Halo, could probably say something.
Which is, I think caught you guys off guard when I said that, but I'm like, no,
that's a pretty common thing that I've heard.
I'm like, Halo, and the sales indicate that as well because it's underwhelming.
Yeah,
it's just not Halo. I'm like, and I don't necessarily, I'm not super like pissed off at 343 for not making a Bungie caliber game. I mean, it's Bungie Studios we're talking about. Bungie's in the same category as Bethesda, in the same category as Naughty Dog.
Yeah.
And I think Bungie and Naughty Dog are like right there, neck and neck. And it's like, I think, look at Rise of Iron, compare that to day one of Destiny with no DLC. And you can see just like that company is like, they get it. And 4 and 5, they were not good games. I played the story mode of 4. There were some good parts of it. It wasn't as good as 1 through 3.
So were you expecting them to be good?
Yeah, I mean, because it's Halo, and I mean, it's their first game that they've gotten, and they're implementing some new ideas. But I saw a video on NeoGAF a few weeks ago where they took the vid docs from Halo, mostly Halo 3, but then they did Halo 4 and Halo 5, and they basically combined that with Bungie's vid docs versus 343 vid docs, and you can see how the way that they were making the game development and the mindset of the actual characters was just shifted. And with Bungie, it was more about a character in a mask and you didn't even know who he was versus they wanted to take the mask off and they wanted to explore who that guy was. And for over a decade, that's not who Master Chief was. It was just, I think, jarring for some people because it was different.
Yeah.
I don't think it was necessarily bad. It was just different. I think if you are willing to change things that have been set for a certain way, then you really need to make sure that you do it the right way. And I think there was maybe some missteps here.
Yeah.
But overall, I mean, I think with Halo 5, it was a better step in the right direction. It was better than 4. I'm curious to see what they do with the next Halo game. I know they want to make like another trilogy. So we'll see. But I mean, Halo's not the big one. Halo's not my big one.
Oh, I know where this is going.
Yeah, Halo's not my big one. My big one is, maybe you don't, is No Man's Sky.
Actually, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, my big one is No Man's Sky because I've gone back to it here and there. Not this past week because I was playing Rise of Iron, but a week ago I went back to it. And Sean Murray is probably going to be. He's quickly becoming Peter Molyneux, the old creator of Fable. He's quickly becoming him, and I think that Shuhei Yoshida did an interview a week ago where he was talking. I forgot to who, and he was basically talking about. He was pretty much an unfiltered interview where he's basically saying, "Yeah, I was disappointed with No Man's Sky as well." That's coming from Shuhei. He's basically saying, I'm paraphrasing to some degree, but he's basically saying some things in the game were promised that they didn't deliver on.
What do you think?
And it goes back to what we talked about No Man's Sky quite a bit before, and it goes back to when you see that people are taking what it is that you're making and they're running rampant with it and they're creating all this crazy shit in their head, and you're not, and you're going on, these late night talk shows, and you hear it, you see it, you're in tune with that, and you don't try and rectify that, that's a problem.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point. I mean, if you read the interviews, it's kind of like he
embraced it almost to some degree. Because like the people in NeoGAF, you know how they are. And like,
I mean, when it was coming out,
he was kind of thrust into the spotlight too for a small studio. I mean,
Shuhei even went as far as to say it's like
it was a PR nightmare.
We didn't handle the PR right on that game, which is right.
Yeah, I mean, Zach is the one that actually told me about the game, and when he told me about it, and I looked it up, and I'm like, I'm stoked. But it's not the game actually I was expecting. But also at the same time, when I read more about it, it's like, I mean, he kind of described what it was supposed to be. But again, with your point, like he kind of went with some of the
he was like, these are all great ideas, and it was almost like he was like sucking those ideas in, like, can we do this? 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 And I almost wonder if maybe some of that delay was because they wanted to try and like play to someone.
Yeah.
I mean, there was so much pressure.
Yeah.
I mean, there still is, I think. It's not maybe as much as it was before it came out, but there's still pressure on the game to do well.
Yeah.
And I think in time it will. I mean, because when you're comparing Sean Murray to Peter Molyneux, I don't think he's going to be that bad, because where Peter Molyneux is just like, fuck it, I made Fable.
Yeah.
Sean Murray is trying to fix the game. I mean, there's been 9 updates.
There's this thing on NeoGAF where they were talking about like how long it's been since he tweeted. And
he's just been working. He's just been working.
I mean, yeah, okay.
He should come out and say, but
half of a minute.
I think it's maybe he's doing that. I think maybe he wants to do something more than just a tweet. I think maybe he's getting the game patched and get it to work, and then they're gonna come out and say, okay, maybe you're not going to say we're sorry for all this, but say here's what's next for the game, and not just an update, but not just a patch, but here's the next big thing for the game
to bring some people back in.
Yeah,
I could see that, and I'm willing to wait out to see if he does something like that. But if we're talking about as far as disappointments go, then No Man's Sky is up there.
Right.
I definitely feel like I got burnt a little bit spending $60 on that game.
Yeah, I mean, I disagree because I do like the game. But I could see why. I mean,
you see the disappointment.
I could see why, because it's, it is a bit repetitive. They're adding more to the game, but it's not what you wanted it to be.
Right, absolutely.